Okay, yes, we are live right now. Hello, Dr. Jude. Good to have you in today's session of scholarship episode. Um, like I said earlier, it's going to be a direct question and answer session about the scholarship you won and how you won the scholarship. What can you say to people that are interested in the scholarship and every other question that will come afterwards as we are going into the process. So, everybody in this channel already knows me, but if you are new to the channel, my name remains MFONISO Udo. I am your host for today's session. And over to you, Dr. Jude. Please kindly introduce yourself.
Okay, thank you, Fanny Sir, for inviting me. My name is Jude Chidubem America. If you call me Chidubem, I'll dash you something.
Okay, doctor can be that interesting. It's always funny and he always make people laugh, and he's very, very peculiar about his Chidubem name. Okay, doctor, so where are you schooling? And a brief introduction about yourself, like your background and what you're currently studying, the school that you're studying, and the scholarship that you got.
Okay, I'm currently a student of the University of Bristol in the United Kingdom. I'm studying digital health MSc, and in my background, I'm a medical doctor, and by God's grace, I'm studying with the scholarship. Two of them actually. One is the major, which is the Health Data Research UK scholarship, and then the second one, which is now the University of Bristol Think Big scholarship. So these are the two of them I'm enjoying with here in the UK.
Okay, from what I have seen, because I am a scholarship recipient, and my scholarship clearly stated that I cannot take any other funding from anybody at all. I have to be only answerable to the Commonwealth State Scholarship Commission. But
Okay.
you are here still in the same UK and you are taking on two important scholarships. How did you do that?
Okay. The HDR, which is the Health Data Research UK scholarship, which I first got, was the scholarship was that they pay 50% of the school fees, and then the other money for stipends that covers all over all through the year. Okay, so and I am to pay now the remaining 20% of the remaining 50% of the school fees. Then, so along the line, when I saw in the University of Bristol website that I'm also eligible, I can apply for the Think Big scholarship, which is meant for the international students.
Okay.
So I also applied for that one. By God's grace, I was able also to pay and complete the remaining 50%. So
Okay.
that's why I say I'm enjoying too. So the other part, which is the Think Big scholarship from the University of Bristol, actually paid the 50% of the school fees. Then the Head Data Research UK then paid 50% of the school fees, and then the stipends.
Awesome. So you're saying that they think big Bristol scholarship, uh prior before now, they only pay 50% of school fees, or do they pay more than that?
Okay. The Think Big scholarship of the
Yeah.
University of Bristol
Yeah.
for the international students come in different packages. Okay, you when you get the admission, so they open the channel for international students and they send the email to make an application.
Okay.
Depending on your financial need and also depending on your case, so that's how that sense the fund they give to you. So it is not capped 50.
Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
there are people that I know in Nigeria. The time we had a Think Big scholarship get together, and I met a Nigerian
Mm-hmm.
who was giving money far more than what I was giving.
Okay.
Now, so it is peculiarities, and maybe during the essays, how you be able to describe your need, and also maybe I also thought too they may have seen because um in part of the applications, they will tell you if you have another scholarship you wish to let them know, you should
Okay.
let them know. Okay. So which I
Okay.
also told them, okay, I've got this partial scholarship from the Health Data Research UK,
Okay.
and this is what they are willing to pay. I want to have. So and they pay the remaining. So, which means I believe they did that knowing this is what I need and then paying it completely. And good to say that whatever they are giving it to us, your school fees. So some they University of Bristol is among the schools in UK here that the tuition fees are high when it comes to the cost. So there are some people that their school fees is 24,000, and they
Okay.
were able to get funding from the Think Big scholarship of up to 20,000, yes, up to £20,000.
That's very generous.
Yeah, so meaning they just have to
Pay
look
four
for
thousand
4,000
pounds.
yes, to
Okay.
complete the fees. So
Okay.
they have packages of 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000. So, and I think they do all this depend on your need. The responses you provided on the question, the answer is what they use to assess your need for the money and how much they can give if you become successful.
Okay, so there is a question I want to ask because this health data research scholarship is not a very popular scholarship. Is it peculiar to people that are studying digital health, like you, or what are the courses they really sponsor? Do they only sponsor at the University of Bristol, or they sponsor across various universities across the entire United Kingdom?
Okay, Health Data Research UK is basically looking for students who are studying health data or who has interest in health data and digital medicine.
Okay.
Not just for doctors, all other professions. I have in my class, I have engineers, I have psychologists, and all of that. Just if you have interest in use of data, especially as it regards health, so and you demonstrate that you have the need, you have the passion for the cause, so you can be supported. Now, it is not that popular, just like many other scholarships. So it's unlike the Commonwealth, Chevening, and all that many people hear about. So
Mm-hmm.
there are still very many other hidden scholarships that people don't know about. But if you go in intensively searching, you can be able to find out many of these few. So it's not only the University of Bristol. They are sponsoring students in 7 universities in UK.
Okay, good.
So which University of Bristol is among them.
Mm-hmm.
University of Oxford,
Okay.
um, London School of
Medicine.
Tropical Medicine, University of Cambridge, and University of Cambridge, University of Manchester.
Okay.
So these are few I can remember now. So, but most of the result schools here in UK, they are sponsoring students. So,
Okay.
and I think the application is still open now.
Okay.
So I was checking something through the University of London School of Tropical Medicine website yesterday,
Mm.
and I saw that they are still on the open for applications and all that. So it's 7 universities to answer your question. It's 7 universities in the UK, so including the University of Bristol that I am.
Okay. So, if I may ask, doctor, did they take care of your visa or your flights while coming?
No, 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 no,
Okay, you
no.
took care of that
Okay.
by yourself.
So yeah, yes, I took part in the processes, getting my visa and coming. So all they just did is they paid part of the school fees, the 50% of the school fees, and then they now the stipend, which the stipend they didn't give to me, they gave it to the University of Bristol, and they are paying me monthly.
Hmm.
Uh-huh. So
Okay.
for it, so that's just what they did in terms of the other preparatory. This thing, no, it was not covered.
Okay. Okay. You must be a very rich doctor then. I mean, you have your stipend on a monthly basis disbursed to you as they like on a Monday, so you don't have anything to worry about. So,
Yeah.
in the both scholarship that you got, there are no conflicts between the two of them. Like the needs assessment for health data research UK and Think Big scholarship, there is no conflict whatsoever.
No, 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 not at
Okay,
all.
why I asked that is because there is always a clause to some certain scholarships and everything. I wanted to be sure about that for some listeners
No,
that are listening.
they stated it. the University of Bristol, the Think Big Scholarship,
Yeah.
they state it openly that their scholarship is only to cover part of your school fees.
Okay.
So, and you are open to source for any other scholarship or
Funding.
any other funding.
So the
So
health data
also
research.
with
Okay.
yes, so also with Health Data Research UK, which said we're only paying for 50% of your school fees,
Okay.
and then stipend. So
Okay.
you can also as well, you are open also to source for any other means to pay for the other remaining money.
Funding. Okay.
Yes.
So let
So
me
in
go.
that case, you're open to source for other scholarships to complement what you have.
So there's no caveat with the two scholarship. All right, that's amazing to know. So let me go back to the health data research scholarship. Apparently, you're studying digital health, and it already resonated with the name of the scholarship. Take for example, I'm currently studying big data and digital futures. What if there was big data and digital futures or data science in University of Bristol, and I applied for data science in University of Bristol, and I applied for the health data? Is there a way they could sponsor me because I have interest in data, or they only sponsor me because I have interest in data and health?
Okay. Um, I think it is for that particular course in University of Bristol. What they sponsor is digital health.
Oh, they
Okay.
specified on their website digital health.
Yes, yes, digital health studentship. Then, if you go to London School of Tropical Medicine, it
Yes,
is
sir.
not digital health; it is health data science that they are
Okay.
sponsoring there. So, if
Okay.
you go to University of Manchester, it is a different nomenclature in their own because in their sponsoring. But if you look through, you find out that all of them has to do with health data. So,
Okay.
which means they are just sponsoring those area of courses in the university that has to do with health data. So,
Hmm.
and how did I find about this? Because when you start looking for the course, I was able to, this is what I want to do. And when I start searching for it, I now found out that, okay, this course has actually this particular studentship from this, so this thing. And then, so you move to apply, since you
Okay.
actually gotten the course.
So who is eligible to apply for this scholarship? Like what is the eligibility criteria? If I have a master's degree, can I still apply for another master's degree or something? Or do I have to be from a particular country before I can apply? Is there an age limit placed on the what are the eligibility
No,
criteria
no, no. I think the eligibility criteria is just you getting admission with the partnering institution.
in the
So,
particular course they listed for the school?
yes. So if you are eligible to take a course, so in that university, and they give you admission, so you are eligible to apply for the scholarship. So and we take both the home students and the international students. So they sponsor the both. It is only the Commonwealth, it is only the Think Big scholarship that's
Okay.
specific about international students.
Okay.
So, but Health Data Research UK is only about for both home students and the international students.
International students. Okay, great. So if the Health Data Research UK scholarship, is there a particular website I can search and find them, or is it did you find it on University of Bristol webpage when you applied for that particular course? Because there are some course you apply for as an international student and they tell you you're eligible for a particular amount of scholarship because you're applying for this course. Is that how you went about finding it? Or there's a particular
Okay,
website for it?
okay, yes. Um, I first what I used to do when I was looking for funding is actually I'll come to Google and search for scholarships available for Africans in UK.
Okay.
Uh, okay. But I don't know, just along the line, I saw somewhere about the health data research this in UK, and I opened it. So, and I now see what they have to offer, the universities
Okay.
they partner with, and all that. So, I now start going one by one each of those universities. Okay, so suffice to say, I applied for that same course at the health data. What I applied for at the University of Oxford was health data science, which I
Okay.
got the admission. and then I applied for University of Bristol, and all that, and then and the reason why I made the application in this university is because I've now seen that Health Data Science, Health Data Research UK, which is the scholarship I'm looking for, partners with these institutions. So anyone I get admission, I can actually proceed to write essays and I make application through any of them and see if I can get the scholarship. So
Okay.
perhaps when I did that, and I got admission from the two institutions. So
Okay.
I now checked, okay, if they are paying 50%, my school fees is more. The school fees is more with the University of Oxford compared to the University of Bristol, even though they are all very high in
Rated
terms of
school.
cost.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. So I now checked, okay, if they pay 50%, so which other remaining one can I afford?
Exactly.
I'll
Exactly.
have to go for a minimum. So
Exactly.
that's how I got committed to University of Bristol. And then
Amazing.
And now when I get to University of Bristol, I now said, okay, when I saw the caveat where they said I can also look for other source of funding to complement my this thing. So I went to the scholarship website, the funding part in the University of Bristol website, and started looking for the scholarship that I'm eligible. So
Hmm.
that's when I come across the Think Big scholarship.
Amazing.
So and I also read their terms and actually found out that these people also said they can pay for your school fees. You can also source for this thing. So I also made the application and wrote their essays. So, and lucky enough, both of them came to work together. Now, when I got the Think Big, I wrote them
Hmm.
again and
Okay.
notified them that I have a partial funding from the
Health
Health
data.
Research UK just to let them know. So they replied me that they are aware that they are holding a scholarship with Health Data Research UK, and there's no problem with that.
Hmm.
So that's how I combine with both. So what made me is because I've actually seen that, and then I become targeted in what I'm looking for. So, and that's why I made that application in those schools.
Okay, thank you so much, Doctor, for that. So, dear listeners, a caveat of what Doctor just said. The Health Data Research Scholarship covers 50% of your tuition and your monthly stipends. And it is not limited to one university in the United Kingdom. It is it cuts across seven Ivy League Russell Group universities in the UK. And he mentioned five because he could remember five. So it is in your duty to actually go and search the other two, and he gave a comparison that he looked at University of Oxford and University of Bristol and he looked at the remaining 50%. Can he offer to pay the 50%? And he went to the University of Bristol. And while checking to University of Bristol, he saw that there are other internal funding available in the University of Bristol, and they were able to offer him the remaining 50% of his tuition fee, and that's totally amazing. So my advice is, as you are applying for the health data research scholarship in the various institution, whichever institution resonates with you, also look out for the internal funding if you are also eligible for it. But if you feel you don't need the money, please don't bother applying. Leave it for people that leave it for people that actually need the money. Thank you very much. So, doctor, I want to ask another question as regarding the health data research scholarship, because it's like general one. Can you remember the kind of essay question they asked? Because I tried typing with my phone, I couldn't get the questions handy. If you could remember the question, I would really like to talk about it briefly.
Okay. The first question they asked were something that have happened in your where you're from, your country or your society, and what you have done on your own as an individual to help or contribute in solving the problem.
So it's like a development impact essay.
Yes,
Great.
I can remember vividly that what I answered in that essay was the contributions I made towards suicide prevention at a time when there was a time in University of Nigeria and Nsukka, there was a
Yeah.
reports of
Suicide.
suicide and all that. So
Sorry,
at that
I
time,
remember.
so I was able to organize as a young a fresh graduate internship doctor at the University of Nigeria Teaching Hospital then. So I was able to pick one or two people and we went to the school, organized more like seminar where students gathered in, so and had the campaigns. We also opened a Facebook site which actually worked for us. So people were also coming in there, bringing their problem. Once you come in and chat with us that you're having problem, a student you're having problem, depression or whatever that, then we link you with a psychiatrist who can take up your case. And we had very good records. So I can remember in those, that's what I wrote in that essay. And I also provided them the link of that Facebook page. So and so that they can be able to see through the activities we've done. So
Okay, great.
that's the first part. So the second part, they now asked, um, what's your career plan?
Okay. Okay.
So what's your career plan? What do you aim to do? So after that, there were three essays: career plan, development impact, and career plan development. There's a remaining one I'm forgetting, but that's the two
It
I
could
can
it be
remember.
why are you applying for this particular scholarship? Because they like asking that kind of question.
No, they didn't ask question like that. The first question was just the development impact. The second
Okay.
question was your career plans, and then the third question was why you chose the university you chose. Yes.
Okay. 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 I always know that it's going to be related to why did you do a particular thing because they like asking questions like that. Yeah. Okay, great. That's I think that's fair enough a question. The only one that can be slightly difficult for anybody who is interested in this scholarship to write, it could be the development impact because people always think of crafting a development impact essay. But if you follow what Dr. Jude just said, you think about a problem in relation to the kind of scholarship you are applying for, if you are a fit there, if you have done something reasonable there. In Doctor's case, he provided an evidence. It wasn't just saying it. There was an evidence. He backed it up with evidence of a Facebook group. And they could go there and see the level of impacts that he has actually done. And it was measurable and everything. So if you are looking forward to writing this scholarship, that is actually how to talk about development impact. So you state the problem statement and you talk about what you've done. If there is evidence like a YouTube channel, Facebook group, Twitter, whatever, if there's an event that was recorded and there's a link to it, you can attach it to it and relate it to why this course would be more impactful for you to use and go back to your country and develop that particular sector more. So that's how to approach that development impact.
Yeah,
Is it?
and
Yeah.
just to add
Yes,
to
sir.
this you said, I also, it is good that you have something you're doing to show that these are somebody that they can actually be entrusted with money. Why do I say so? They may not give you scholarship because you need. There are many people that need the money, so
Exactly.
they are looking for people who are innovative. They are looking for people who they can actually um, give the money and the person sponsor and the person actually become productive and help the society.
Exactly.
And so while you are writing a developmental essay, it is not something to achieve with big grammar or big pain. That's what people don't know. So you don't go about saying, okay, as be simple, say what you can be able, when measured, you can be able to do. Mhm. So if you were class prefect and you were a good class prefect, talk about how you, in a simple terms, how you worked as a class prefect, and how you are convinced that that thing you did, if being supported or sponsored, you can actually multiply it and do better. So that
Exactly.
becomes that. So you don't go and be blowing big grammar. So and listen. So that's what they're doing. So
And
and
yeah,
whatever you're saying, make sure it's measurable. It's
exactly.
measurable. So
Yeah, okay.
it is what someone can close eye and think about and know that yes, it is feasible, it exists, and if they follow you, it can be measured.
Exactly.
So
I think this measurability has to do with data. Attach numbers to your measurability. That's how they could imagine it and see that it's a thing that is impactful and all. So okay, so Doctor, um, Okay, you said there is no age cap for this scholarship. Anybody at all can actually apply. There's no age limit to the scholarship, etc., etc. Okay. Is there any other thing you would want to add to the questions that I have asked you?
Okay. I think what I'll just say is in form of general advice
Great.
to people who might be listening to me and who also have interest um, in having a study abroad and also looking for funding. It is possible and it comes with resilience. So, along the line while you're writing your essays and making applications, so get your mind ready also that rejection mails comes. So there was a time in my life when a mail come, I'll first of all have to look for where they say sorry.
I can relate.
So before I read the whole essay, I'll
Yeah.
scan. Once
Yeah.
I see sorry, I will close it first and think about my life. When I finish, I go back to apply. So while
Yeah.
you're making the applications, so be open and be ready that anything can come. And then while it is coming, be this. And then one thing guides me. Once I am getting a rejection mail, I will do like this and I will think, how many again are waiting? Am I waiting for? Okay, I'll say I have this, I have this, I have this, I have applied. I'm also waiting for their response.
Mm.
If I don't have, I'll open my system again and start browsing which available scholarship and listen. So I'll be making, and it gives me hope at each point in time when I know that I have a scholarship, I have something, someone applied for something,
Mm.
and it not come. So, and when you get that, even sometimes when you see partial funding, you can
Yeah.
go for it. For example, if I do not go for this partial funding and I say, no, I need full funding, how am I going to do the remaining part in the UK? So, and leave it. It may not have been easy. And that reminds me, I've gotten a partial scholarship before now at the University of Southampton. So, but I just brushed it aside. The other remaining money, how am I going to pay it? I didn't even go down to check other funding I can get. So oftentimes, even when you see the partial ones, you can also apply. It can be more convincing when you also have another scholarship and you indicate that you have also gotten a partial scholarship. You
Mm.
actually needed this social amount of money to complete what you're doing. So you can as well get more funding. So be consistent
Yeah.
in searching. And
Yeah.
lastly, don't also be limited to the big scholarships you hear. The Commonwealth Shared Scholarship, Chevening Scholarship,
Don't shade me, doctor. Don't shade me. I'm a Commonwealth scholar. Thank you.
Mastercard scholarship. I'm not, you people are the big people now in the scholarship world. So I'm just trying to tell some people,
Yeah.
some other small ones.
Yeah. Right.
Those of us that are taking small tips, how we got the small ones we got.
Oh
So
wow.
in those big ones, the competition is very intense.
Very highly
So
intense.
so while you apply for that, which I advise you do, I've also written for all those scholarships, which I advise you do. Then also know there are other scholarships, very many of them that you don't hear, unlike the Commonwealth, this or that, this or that. So it requires you making effort searching for them for you to be able to see them. So look out for those scholarships across in the US, in Europe, and all that. So, like Alan Nestor, there are many of them. So, in short, I have a friend of mine who just graduated from University of Birmingham, and when I was now talking with him, I find out that he just got one scholarship like that. I never knew it existed.
Hmm.
So, and that's the distance. So it involved you browsing. In short, sometimes go beyond scholarship available for Nigerians, check for the one available for Africans, and then check for the one available for the course you even have in mind. Type that course and scholarship available. You will see many of them and different fundings. And there are even many of them, though you don't hear about them. But
I
then
think
they can give you funding more than what you can get from Commonwealth.
that's correct.
Seriously.
That's correct. The doctor is a
So,
rich doctor. He has money more than me. That is a Commonwealth scholar. You know.
literally,
So
yeah,
I
those
think
are the
I
big
have
people.
I have detailed like two some other scholarships that are not very popular, like the Great Scholarship, the Rhodes Scholarship from Glasgow, the one you shared with me sometime like that to talk about it on the YouTube channel. So Doctor has been very supportive to this, to the growth of this channel. He shares links with me to share with you people that are watching. So he's a very great pal. He likes people progress. So Doctor, thank you so much. So if you are watching this, there are so many other scholarships that I've talked about that are not as popular as Chevening or like Commonwealth and those very loud Fulbrights that you hear about. So focus intensively on other scholarships that are very rich and very prestigious as well and everything. I'll keep dropping more as we are progressing into the semester, as as they are coming out, because not all of them comes out by September. Most of them, or some of them, comes out January, February, March, April, as the season is going in, because you are starting school by September, and they are not like Commonwealth and Javelin that they use an entire 1 year to prepare, do shortlisting, interview, and everything. This one you could just write an essay, and in 3 weeks your result is already out and you can prepare to start coming to the United Kingdom. So even if you have gotten your chevening regret mail, you shouldn't give up hope. There are so many other scholarships that we are going to be bringing in for you that would be very helpful as we
Okay.
progress in time.
Okay. I also just remembered to say too that if you are making applications, those Ivy League schools, if you were able to succeed to get admission with them, you have more chances for funding than those ones that the school fees are very less. For example, someone that got admission in Chester that's paying 8,000 or 9,000, and then the other person got admission in Oxford that is paying 27,000. That's almost times three of it.
That's correct.
So now you'll be saying the other one is cheaper. Now, but somebody who got admission in Oxford has many chances of getting sponsorship in in covering their school fees and most other stipends than someone who go for Chester, who actually do not have any funding for anybody, just you paying that small amount. And when you see that, when they get that support, you find out that the person actually end up paying far less
And you.
compared to someone who actually went to Chester.
And the person is even getting a more quality education and access to network and connections that you can never have.
Another reason. So if you can break through to apply for these result schools and Ivy League schools, both in the UK and the US, do so. So when you get the admission, you find out that they have very huge
Good.
funding system for you as an international student, and that will help you a lot.
Especially if you are doing a good course like digital health, like Doctor is doing. And because now that we are in the UK, we are in UK universities that is Russell Group School, because my school, University of Warwick, is also an Ivy League school. These big companies pay the school a large sum of money to do research and bring people in to do a good dissertation topic. And from the dissertation topic and ideas, it could solve a particular problem the company is looking out for. Some of them is just corporate social responsibility. And they trust this Ivy League school to actually get the best brains to come and study. That's the way they feel they are impacting the society as well. So do not limit yourself to a school that they're only paying, you know, you won't like it when you come here. Trust me. You will not like it. Okay, that was the raw truth. Yeah, so Doctor, thank you so much for your time. I really believe this was a great session. Doctor, with your permission, I think I would like to ask the people that are watching here, because they will have lots of questions about this scholarship, if they can reach out to you via your LinkedIn, only your LinkedIn, because that's a
Yeah,
professional
yeah,
network. Yeah.
I'm very much available. I'm very much
Great,
available.
great. So I would attach Doctor's LinkedIn direct profile down on the description button of this video, so you can reach out to him if you have any other question, and if you have some questions that you feel will help other people, you can drop it right here on the channel. And if I can't answer the question, I will pass it to Doctor, and whatever answer I have, I will post it as a reply here. So having said that, this was a very interesting session. So if you are new to the channel, you're welcome. And for returning subscribers, we love you. And as always, share this video to your friends that are on the outlook for scholarship. The people that are getting rejection mails, it's very heartbreaking. You might not have an idea if you have not gotten a rejection mail before, but it is not funny and you won't want to experience that. So share this video as much as you can and like this video, and also drop a comment, thumbs up for us, so that we'll be encouraged to do more. And then subscribe to the channel for more intriguing contents that are coming up in the channel later. Having said that, Doctor, please can you say your final words so that we can close?
Okay. Thank you so much, Furniture, for this opportunity.
Doctor
And
can't pronounce my name to you today. It's so interesting, but continue, sir.
am I not pronouncing it well?
You're trying. You're really trying.
Okay. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I would just say last letter, I wish everyone good luck.
Yeah.
Just like I said, it requires persistence. So keep on. Just know you can get to that your dream. All it requires is about being smart, and being smart is about taking these measures we are talking about. So don't just sleep and while away the time. So make use of the data you have in your phone. So to be able to get most of these things. And funny enough, when I think about it, funny enough, this place and not the place we just did that by what we have in our phone and in our laptop and data, nothing more. So it is not just about what we do in Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. So we can actually also do something that can elevate our career to this extent. Thank you and God bless you in your endeavors.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Stay blessed, everybody, and have a great life till we see you again. Okay.